So, in our opinions, because this is a two-part question, in our opinion,
The three of us.
where does Kenny Stabler fit in the litany of great Oakland Raiders quarterbacks? And I'll throw some of the names out there at you, okay? Darryl LaMonica, Rich Gannon, Jim Plunkett, George Blanda,
Yeah.
Kenny Stabler,
Well, I'll say right away.
Terrell Pryor. Okay, just joking.
Yeah.
Just joking.
I didn't know this was a comedy show.
Derek Carr.
When you look at a single season, Rich Gannon's 2002 is one of the greatest seasons in NFL history, let alone Raiders.
MVP,
Yeah, the whole thing. But, I mean, that was just one season. I'll say this. I saw a quote from John Madden just yesterday. Said, if I had one final drive in the fourth quarter, I could have any quarterback, I'd take Kenny Stabler.
Well, and he'd be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peyton Manning,
And
John
he'd
Elway.
lose.
I mean, we saw when you say the drive, that's the nickname that John Elway, the driver, should have had.
No, I'm with you on that. I think, but he was probably praising Kenny's guts.
I would say this in regard to, and I know you've got another question, but I thought he was one of the most entertaining.
Oh, no doubt.
One of the most personable, quotable guy. One of the most. We were trying to figure out earlier today, and it never has been on the air on Around the Horn. Who is like him today? Who would you say?
Oh, well, the quarterbacks are more automaton these days. I mean, there's really.
Right.
Look, if Johnny Manziel could play, he'd probably be that guy.
Yeah.
Right? But
I
he
mean,
can't play.
Tim Tebow.
No!
Left-handed.
It's just the opposite. Are you
Left-handed,
kidding me?
ran,
No
goes
drinking,
like
no
this.
sex, no ability to throw the ball. I mean, come on.
Okay.
I will say this, guys. If you look at
But give me, so you don't think there's anybody? Do you think there's anybody that you've seen Stabler on film?
Well, I was going to say not at the quarterback position, but in regards to personality, Rob Gronkowski,
Yeah,
this larger-than-life
that's good. That's
partier
good. Well,
who doesn't really give a crap.
But I was talking about style, but that makes sense.
Oh, style-wise.
So style. So quarterback that could throw good, Fran Tarkenton-like, but not great. A quarterback who could run but wasn't really a runner. He was more of a scrambling runner.
Yeah.
Who would that be like?
Because I was going to say Michael Vick, but he actually could run.
Yeah.
So it would have to be someone with less
If I had to
legs.
pick out one right now, RG3.
Okay.
He can't run anymore.
Right. Yeah. Baylor RG3, no. Current
All right, so
RG3,
who,
yes.
who do you think is the greatest Raiders quarterback ever? Would you say Stabler? I got to tell you, I did research. It's really close.
Plunkett?
Well, he won 2 Super Bowls.
The Mad Bomber. Talking about
Darryl LaMonica.
Darryl LaMonica,
He had great-
I think, was a better quarterback, and I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame.
No, he went to the Hall of Fame.
Or visited the Hall of Fame.
visited
Played
it,
at the Hall of Fame game.
Not sure.
We'd have to
All
look
right,
that up.
Here's
but-
another question.
Okay.
Who would Raiders fans say is the greatest quarterback of all time for their franchise?
Wow.
See, I think it'd be Stabler.
Yeah.
Because of what I said before, they believe that Stabler embodies what they're all about.
They relate
Renegade.
to him.
Yeah,
The one
renegade.
good thing, because we had this discussion in the Hall of Fame, and I was on the Hall of Fame committee, and he came up 3 times in the finals. But I would say that what Kenny Stabler had going for him was a great team surrounding him. When you look at the names of the people, and you talk about Lester, I'm just kind of starting defensive backfield. You had the safety, Jack Tatum. You had Lester Hayes,
Ted Hendricks.
Howie Long was around that time, came in. Lyle Alzado played, I think, on some of those teams.
Well, did Christensen play with him? Or Casper?
Dave Casper. They had Banasek was a fullback, running back. Upshaw, Otto.
Jim Otto was the center.
Art Shell.
Yeah.
Talk about
Great
an offensive line. You had 3 Hall of Fame kind of offensive linemen. So you don't like the word, but despite his personality, he was Alex Smith-like in the way he managed the game. Now, you're not going to like that comparison at all because you hate Alex Smith. But
No, you're right. You know
Stabler
how many yards he averaged per game in his career?
No clue.
Passing, 146 yards
That's what
per
I'm saying.
game.
Okay.
That's all he threw for.
He was a manager. He would flip to the tight end.
How about this? 150 touchdown passes, 143 interceptions.
Yeah.
All right,
Pedestrian.
we're going to get into a Hall of Fame discussion in just a second.
Did you have Darryl LaMonica's
I do.
numbers?
Yeah,
Because
I
they're a
do.
lot better than Kenny Stabler's. I think.
He was 62-16, LaMonica. Pretty good record in 8 years.
Yeah.
Only completed 50% of his passes. It was a different era, of course. Touchdowns, interceptions, very similar. 164 TDs, 138 interceptions. And didn't throw for many yards per game. Very, very similar, and
he's
he's not.
not
And
in
he's
the
not in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Um,
But
let-
Daryl
let me
LaMonica was part of that horizontal passing game that Al Davis brought.
Yeah, and 6 times went to the AFC or AFL championship game, I should say. That segment brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.